All right, well, we are back again, and we have the other half of that booster box. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 packs left here to open. The last one we got Grief for a borderless foil card. Got some other cards that were kind of interesting. That had the Grief. We had Sun Titan Pillage that said 25 down here. This is from a different set as well. And then a couple of other mythics. And then regular rares. Alright, now let's get to opening the other half of the box and see what we got. I did change the orientation of the video a little bit. Let me know if it's better or worse, or if there's a different option that you guys would prefer. Another squirrel token here. And we have an art card. It's kind of cool looking. Land. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Good old Squirrel Mob. Definitely going in the pile to keep to the side. Another one of those black and white cards. But this one has silver instead of the black white. And a foil land. And let's put these. These are uncommons. Uncommon, rare. I'll put that right there. Treasure token. That's kind of cool looking art card. Yeah, wouldn't you like to have an island like that? Not really. Very rocky. Yeah, I'll just, oh, it goes right here. Tree Folk. There's an uncommon. Couple of uncommons right here to start off with. Actually, quite a few. Uncommon. This pack is all uncommons. That's really weird. One common and the rest uncommons. A rare, an uncommon. There's another common. Then a foil. There's the rare out of that. That over there. That's really weird that it's all uncommons for a whole pack. Very cool though. Magic minigame. One of my friend's favorite cards is the Mishra's Factory and the Mishra's Workshops. Definitely both very expensive cards though. Two commons there. Another pack filled with uncommons. It's kind of cool. Then a mythic rare. And then Vindicate. Destroy target permanent. It's a cool rare. Ornithopter of Paradise. That's really cool. There used to be ornithopters, and then there used to be birds of paradise. So they put them together. That's actually a really cool card. Add 1 mana of any color. Then a foil. I started playing Magic way back just around Unlimited, and my first box of cards that I ever had, oh, that's cool, the Chatterfang art card. First box of cards I ever had, the first day I took them to the game store, I walked away from them just a little ways down the way, and someone grabbed them and ran out of the store with them. So then I had to begin again. So, cool looking. It's a cool rare. Very cool. And a foil. Shattered Ego. Then I had friends, you know, growing up when we were playing Magic, they'd sneak cards out of my decks and things like that. You know, things young kids do, unfortunately. So then I kind of got out of it and sold off most of my collection, and that's about it. Didn't play for quite a while, except for with one of my closest friends for 25 plus years. That's kind of cool looking. So those are the 2 rares out of there. I remember when it used to be you'd get packs that had 15 in them. You'd get 3 uncommons, 1 rare. They didn't have mythics at the time, and the rest would be commons or land. Just a mixture of both, really. I think I stopped playing generally after most of the Urza cycle stuff. There was a few sets after that I did play a little bit, but not too much. I definitely liked the Urzas because it kind of brought back some of the old stuff, like instead of Time Walk, you had Time Warp, and instead of Time Spiral, you had, or not Time Spiral, Time Twister, you had Time Spiral. Then you had the Moxes, the Mox Diamonds and stuff like that in there. Gaia's Cradle. Tolarian Academy was one of my favorites too. Gaia's Cradle, hands down, was my favorite card out of all those sets. There's art that's uncommon there. And that is from a different set as well. Put that in there. Uncommon up there. And the rare there. Urza's Saga, Urza's Destiny, Urza's Legacy were the last real main sets that I played, like I said. And they were great sets. I still remember when we were first playing these cards, parents and things like that were getting real angry because they had demonic tutors and Sengir vampires. They thought the cards were demonic. Put that down there. Squirrel Sanctuary. That's kind of cool. I'll put that down there with my squirrel cards too. Chitter Spitter. Yeah, I'll put that down there with the ones I want to keep too. Mishra's Factory. I like those cards. Definitely, that was an old favorite card. Wow, some little kid in a bee costume. I think when I first was stopping to play the game, Mirror was brand new to the system. They started bringing out mirrors and stuff like that. So there are some new things in the game that I don't even know what's what. Like Saddle Up, I don't even know what that entails. Kind of looked it up a little bit, and it sounds like it's just really meaningless. It kind of just activates the abilities. That's a cool Hydra. So that's a common, and then a couple of rares here. I like when they do things like this where they put in an extra card that might be from a different set and things like that. Gives people the thoughts they might get something that's really cool, really rare, you know. And you could probably use these in your decks too if you really wanted to. Another Ornithopter of Paradise. See, there's two different versions of it. This is the old way that they showed artifacts with the brown border, and then the newer version. Everybody used to love to play with tons of artifacts in their deck. I don't know if people still do or not, or... There's a Borderless Mythic. And then another Grief, but it's not borderless or foil like the last one we got. Extruder. I remember the first Juggernaut that I ever had was out of Unlimited. So some of these that appear later must be just the different border styles of older cards. Because if you compare like the way that they used to do it and the way they do it now, quite different. right. Goblin. Oh, there we go. Oh, another one of my favorite cards used to be Land Tax. I used to love to play that card in different decks. That was always a good card. I liked when they came out with slivers too, because I used to have a really great Sliver Queen deck. See, and here's the old style of artifact. But there's no casting cost. I'll have to look this one up. Sterling Grove, that's a cool card. Another Chatterstorm. Great. I always like cards that are real interesting, a little bit different than the rest, and definitely anything that has squirrel. My favorite cards. That and a Palancron. He was always real cool. See, another Ornithopter Paradise. Underworld Cookbook. Used to have an Underworld Dreams, and that was a really great card. Snake Elf Scout. Cool. Braids Cabal Minion. Weird. Okay. No token or other card on the back of this one, but there is an art card, a rhinoceros, and an elephant. I remember when I first got into playing Magic, my dad told me, never play Magic, get out of it. It's never going to be worth anything. Then, like I said, I sold half my collection for about $1,800. He tried to sell his sports card collection and couldn't even give it away. Just weird how things go. And that's from a different set too. That's a mythic from a different set. Scourge of the Throne. One of the interesting things about Magic is some of the cards are worth a lot of money. Oh, nice foil land. If you get into playing, they've got some great play value on some of those older cards that are worth a lot of money, like the Moxes and the Black Lotus and things like that. There's a mythic. But then they've got, they're worth a lot of money, and then they've got things like the One Ring, the one variant of the One Ring that's worth a lot of money that ended up selling on the open market for over, I think it was, I'm not sure, $2.6 million or something like that. Before that, the highest $8 card was the Black Lotus at about $500,000. Usually that was a graded version of it. Here's some commons here, some uncommons. Gaia's Will. The Suspend is what I'm wondering what that's probably the casting cost, but just you pay it later or something. I'll have to look that up later. Cool card. Patchwork Gnomes. I want to say Patchwork Gnomes came out in the Urza system along with the Bouncing Beebles and such. Everybody loved those Bouncing Beebles when they first came out. All right, and we are down to the last pack right here. That's kind of cool looking. Land. It's an Ifrit. Cool. All right. So it looks like that's it. And let me move some of these aside real quick. Got a few of the art style cards here. Got a bunch of squirrel stuff that I like. Got a few other interesting cards like the old style and a bunch of the Ornithopters and a Gaia's Will. Looked up later. It's a rare. For Mythics, we've got this one. Another Grief. Turok. Endurance. That. Got a bunch of different rares here. We've got 3 cards from what looks like other sets. And this one's a Mythic. And then a common and an uncommon. And a bunch of uncommons and commons. Bunch of the art cards here. Bunch of tokens and foils. And we got some lands and stuff. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share so we can help grow the channel. Thank you. Have a great day.